Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is probably one of my favorite videos to film, and I don't even do it every month because I always feel like I don't have enough to share with you guys to do an entire video every month of favorites, but I probably do if I sit there and think about it. So let's talk about my favorites. I don't think I've done one since maybe January, but I will have a playlist of the ones that I have done down below. Please excuse my dog. I hope he doesn't do anything embarrassing. Sometimes I try to catch it in editing and I miss it, so yeah, he just has his own mind. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about favorites from the last couple months, so let's get into the video. So as usual, I have my notes here on my iPad. Okay, so let's start with beauty because I only have one thing. I've pretty much have shared with you guys pretty much everything that I like as far as beauty, and when I find something I like, I pretty much try to use it, and plus I just did a huge decluttering and got rid of a ton of stuff, so I don't want to fill it back up again. But as I do discover new beauty items, I have had you guys request me to talk about them, and I would say probably the one I'm getting the most questions about is the new nail polish system that I'm using, which is the dip powder system, which I have to thank Mollye over at Classically Mollye for introducing me. It's just so funny because she's the one that got me into the gel nails, and I completely got obsessed with it, crazy obsessed with it, and then she was telling me you have to try the dip nails, so I did, and again, obsessed. So I keep everything in this really pretty box. I love it. I got it at Dollar General of all places, but here's the deal, you guys. It's already full. Seriously, when I get like obsessed with something like this, it's just crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to make, I always say these favorites videos, they always end up being way too long. So I'm gonna try to not let it get too long. Plus my battery, I'm hoping will not die. I ordered, but the majority of mine are from Revel Nail. Now I have ordered a few off of Amazon from some other brands just to try them because I saw the colors and I thought they looked beautiful. But anyways, the instructions are here. But first off, before I get any further, I have a ton of requests on Instagram and on here asking me to do like a tutorial. Here's the thing with it. I'm not very good at it. Really, I mean, I'm not that great at it. It takes me a long time to do it. And also first tutorial, I would have to do it at a time when nobody was home and it would just be harder. And so also, another thing is Mollye has done 2 videos and both of those videos are very detailed. She does a wonderful job of showing, plus her nail, she does hers so good. So I'm gonna direct you to her channel and I will link both of her tutorials that she did down below in the description box. So I bought the starter kit, which I highly suggest. That's the best way to go, the most economical. I bought the starter kit that came with 1 dip powder just because I wanted to see what it was all about and if it was something that I would actually want to continue doing. And so at that time I think there was a special that was $20 for the 3 liquids. So there's 3 liquids. One is just called the Pro Base and it says a number 1 on here. And then the second one is like the activator and the third one's the finishing gel. So I have those 3. And then, so it came with those 3, plus it came with this gel thinner, which you use to make sure it does, oh, I'm sorry, that was probably loud. You use to make sure your gels don't get really thick. And it came with 1 powder, 1 dip powder. There's other starter kits that come with several, but like I said, I wanted to see if it was like, I figured $20 was an okay amount to see what I would think about it. And I was hooked that very first time. Since then, I have, and Revel is such an amazing company, you guys. You don't have to barely make an order and sign up for the Revel rewards. So I will have a link down below where if you do order through that link, you get a discount plus I get some rewards back. So I will put that down there, but every time you order, you get rewards. And I'm not even kidding. Every time I've ordered, I've at least used a $5 coupon. I mean, the coupon is like $5 off of a $15 order. So it's amazing. Shipping is free if you order so much, but even the shipping's not that expensive. Usually the shipping's around $4.99, which if you use a $5 coupon, you're basically just getting free shipping. But anyway, I have a ton of colors, plus Mollye, being as sweet as she is, sent me some. But I have a ton here, so you can kind of see all that I have in there. These are my two newest colors. This one is Bloom and this, oh, sorry. The blue is Sky, and I just love it. There is a Facebook group for Revel Nail, which I recommend following or joining. I guess joining is what you do with Facebook groups. I recommend you joining it because one thing that I noticed was the color does not necessarily look the same on your nails as it dries that it does on the website. And that was something that Mollye taught me, and she told me to make sure I like look up the colors on there. And you can just search in a Facebook group, which I don't think a lot of people realize, but you can search within the Facebook group, and then you can look, like if there's a color you see on their website that you like when I was looking up this Bloom, because pink can be very deceptive. I just typed in Bloom in the search, and it brought up all these people who showed pictures of Bloom, because there was a particular manicure that I saw on Pinterest that I was trying to match this pink to, and that's how I found it. So, and also you can also put pictures on there, like if you do see a manicure on Pinterest and there's a color you're looking for, just take that picture, put it into that Facebook group and say, what colors do you think would match this? People are so good on there of matching the colors. So do I think this is worth the money? Heck yes. The little ones, which you get a ton of product in here, by the way, are like $7.99. There's like 200 and something colors, you guys. There's a color for everybody. I recently just got this black. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And I want to get a white because I like to do, I'm thinking of like maybe a black white and then like this pink or something. I don't know. I'm having a ton of fun with it. And it lasts so long. At least on my nails, it lasts about 2 weeks. I think it just depends on the makeup of your nails. If you have like, I have super flat nail beds, so I do put a little bit of an overlay on my nails because of how flat my nail beds are. Nothing ever stays on it for very long, and I also think it's because I have a lot of oils in my nails, always have. So anyway, I've been talking like 7 minutes on just this nail system. I could go on and on. Highly recommend it. I will have a link down below, plus a link to Mollye's video. So if you guys want me to share every month my favorite colors, I can do that. That way I can still like talk about the dip nails. So I won't do that this time. What I'm going to do though, I will take a picture. I'll just open up all the lids of all these and take a picture of them and just put it here on the screen as I'm talking. And then that way you guys can see the colors that I have. I have a ton of them, but yeah, so I think I'll do that. But anyway, go check out Mollye's videos. And yes, I highly recommend, if you're a nail person, definitely test out the dip system. So now let's just go to miscellaneous because it's the next thing on my category. So you guys know how much I love planners, but I've had a terrible time finding one that matches me. And it's mainly because I'm just one of those people that likes to make lists about everything. I just have to have a list for everything. And so finding, you know, just the right planner has been so difficult. You guys know I've been through all of them, Happy Planners, every single one of them. The only thing that's ever been consistent in my life has been this meal planner. I absolutely love this meal planner. I've talked about it before, but I do get questions about it constantly. So this is the Carrie L. I was very fortunate that this was gifted to me by one of you guys. So when Kim sent this to me, I was yeah, I absolutely love this thing. So I do have a link to this down below. This has been the only planner in my life that has been consistent. As far as everything else, I did find this one recently, and I am loving it so far. I probably spent too much money on it now that I thought about it. I think it was like $13 on Amazon. I had no idea what it's going to look like. It had great reviews though, but it's just called Today's To-Dos. And it's from Bloom Planners, which I think is a pretty common like generic planning system. Now I do have a like random like Staples gift card that I forgot about. So I'm thinking about going to Staples and seeing what else I can find. Because I know what perfect planner would be for me and would be like bullet journaling, because that's pretty much what that is, but I have no artistic talent at all. And I feel like for those to like look good, you just have to like have some kind of artistic talent. I also can just make lists. I buy a lot of just notebooks with just plain paper, and that's what I do most of the time, but I like planners. So I don't know, it's like a struggle with me. Anyway, so here's what kind of let me show you. This one's all filled out. This is kind of how I've been using it. But here's just an empty page. So I'll show a close-up of it here, but it's like must do today is in one section, other to-dos, so it's a whole list of to-dos, exercise, today's date, important times to buy, today I'm grateful for, and then it has like the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then place to mark your water. So that's been really nice to have all that, and so far it's working really good for me. I will have this link down below. Again, I don't know if it's really worth the $14. I mean, you get a lot of pages and it's good quality. So if there's something you like, just a kind of a snapshot, I can throw this in my purse and just kind of make me a little list and stuff. So I've been using it for like the last 4 days, and so far I've been really liking it. So I'm going to call it a favorite for now, and I'll just give you guys an update on it. And of course, I have picked up a new Pioneer Woman mug. You guys know how much I love these. I think this one's called I saw this one on Instagram, on Amazon. It's Melody. I think on Amazon it's called like the latte mug or something. But I love it. It's beautiful. You guys know I'm obsessed with anything Pioneer Woman. I actually, speaking of which, I get so many questions about all my Pioneer Woman stuff that I have that on my Amazon storefront, which I always have linked in my description box. Pretty much anything you guys ask me, where did you get that, is usually Amazon, because that's the only place I have to shop because I don't have places here to get things. I have a whole, just a category called Pioneer Woman, and it has everything that I own that's Pioneer Woman. So if there's anything that you ever see that's Pioneer Woman that I have, you can check that out there. So you can see all the stuff that I have. My favorite candle I've been burning this month has been this one from Bath & Body Works, Watermelon Lemonade. Oh my gosh, I still have a little bit left, as you can see. This is so good. I am loving this. I'll definitely repurchase this. Hopefully they have it again, because I think I bought this a while back. So yeah, I'll have to see what I have next to burn. So I use a candle wax burner also. So these have been my 3 that I've been kind of going through the last couple months. This one is Sorbet Limoncello. I love this one. It's just a real nice, fresh, citrusy scent. And then this one is a new one. I've never had this one before. Cashmere Amber. I don't even know how to describe this scent. Let me smell it and see if I can describe it to you all. It doesn't give you any information on it. Oh, wow. That just smells so good. I don't know. It's just a real nice, mild kind of linen scent. And then an all-time favorite of mine, but I've been burning it this last month or so, is Honeysuckle Nectar. I love honeysuckle. It actually kind of brings me back to memories when I was a child, because we lived in this house at one point. We lived in a lot of houses growing up, but we lived in this house at one point that had a whole row of honeysuckle. And when you were outside in the yard, it just smells so good. And I lived in a very windy place where I grew up, and so the wind would be blowing and you just smell honeysuckle, and that's why I think I've always loved honeysuckle. And another one, which I don't think I brought in here, that reminds me, is lilacs, fresh lilacs. I don't think I brought it in here. That's another one I've been burning, and that's also kind of a memory as a child because we had lilac trees. So love that. One thing that I don't have that's not a physical item is the new workout program I've been using, and it's called Daily Burn. And there's 2 of them that you can pay for. There's a $14.95 a month or $19.95 a month. The only difference is the $19.95 a month gives you access to the daily 365 workouts, which is every day at 6 a.m. Pacific, a new workout comes out and you can do it with them live. I think I'm going to go back down to the $14.95 because I'm not using that because I'm already getting ready for work at that time. But this has been the only program that I have done consistently. It is so good. It keeps track of your workouts. I believe it's worth the $15 a month to access the different programs that you can do. There's different levels. They always show modifications in there. I absolutely love it. I've talked about it, raved about it with you guys. I will have a link down below that will give you free 30 days. There's a 30-day free trial, which I think is an amazing free trial because I really got to know the program so well in those 30 days. That's what made me do it, because we don't have any kind of cheap workout version here in our town. None of them. We are getting a Planet Fitness though, which is exciting, but not till the end of the year. So this may change. I may change over to that, or I just may do this because I have actually purchased some workout equipment, which I should have brought that in there too because I bought a medicine ball or exercise ball. I'm not sure what it's called, but I absolutely love that. I've been using that with my workouts. I'll put a picture of it here. I also have my weights, so I have 3 different size weights that I've been using, and I also will just add weight if I feel like the program's a little bit too easy. I'll add weight to it, but definitely check it out. It's only a 30-day free trial, so check it out for sure. Another purchase that I found on Amazon, which I love, since I don't actually can with the mason jars I have, I just use them to store things. I hate those little rings and they're driving me crazy and they get rusty and they look nasty. So I finally, whoa, did you see how good my reflexes were? I finally broke down and bought some lids. So I only have wide mouth jars, so I bought the wide mouth version. And you got 6 of the big and 6 of the smaller ones. And I think it was like only $7.99 or something. Again, I will have everything linked down below. So good. I love these things. And they come with this little, you can't see here, but there's a little like white, clear like gasket type of thing that goes inside here that helps seal it up. I haven't had any trouble with leaking. They're easy to open. It kind of has this little lip right here. I don't know if you can see that. Makes it easier to get a grip and open. So love these a lot. And they're different colors. Like I think this was a whole like rainbow pack of colors. So it came with, I think it was 12. I'm pretty, either 10 or 12. I want to say 12 though. Another item, my Dollar Tree started selling these again. So I did pick up another one of these. So I have 2 of these. These are salad dressing containers. So it fits exactly like the 2 tablespoons of salad dressing. Love these. They wash really well. It has a little like squeeze top. So recommend these. Now I have 2 of them. But I love this color. You guys know this is one of my favorite colors. So as soon as I saw this color, I had to get it. So another thing that I can't physically show you is I have been doing grocery pickup, which I never thought I would do it because I love grocery shopping, but it has been so convenient to do it because I am so busy on the weekends, usually with YouTube, because that's usually when I do the majority of my YouTube stuff is on the weekends when I'm off work. And grocery shopping just took me too long to do it. So now what I do is I do grocery pickup through Fred Meyer, which is a Kroger store. Our Walmart does not do grocery pickup, or I do it through Walmart. So I get whatever I can there. You can use your digital coupons, which is nice. And then I just pick up my prescriptions and like a few other things that are cheaper at Walmart or that I can't get at Fred Meyer, I pick up there. And it's just so much quicker. I get done with my grocery shopping quicker. Plus, it really worked out the one weekend I had to go to my grandmother's funeral. And we didn't get back into town until late. And so then I just went early the next morning and picked up my groceries on a Sunday. And it made it so much easier not to have to grocery shop. Plus it was just a hard weekend in general. So I don't know if you guys, for those of you who love grocery shopping and you think you would not like grocery pickup, just try it one time and just see what you think. And you may be surprised, you know, what you think. And you don't have to do it all the time, but it's a great option out there. Now, food. Okay, food. First off, I tried these Yasso bars for the first time. I did a whole video reviewing these, plus I do at the time of this video being posted. No, this video will be posted the day that the giveaway is over. So I'm going to post this video, this favorites video, on April 1st at 7 or 5:30 in the morning, and the giveaway ends April 1st at 5 p.m. So if you watch the video before 5 p.m. of April 1st, the giveaway is still going on. But Yasso sent me over a bunch of their bars, so I tried them all. These are their 2 newest flavors, the orange cream, and then my absolute favorite, which I never tried these bars before. So this is my first time, but out of the 6 flavors, I think 5 or 6 flavors they sent me, this was my absolute favorite. This is one of their new ones, the butter pecan. So good, you guys. These are so good. Only 100 calories. They range between 3 points to 6 points. I believe this one was 4 points, I believe. So super good. So try out the Yasso bars. If you see those in the store, they are worth the points. They're a good size. Definitely with now going into spring and then summer, it's a nice like dessert treat for sure. I'm going to mention the Built bars because I get a lot of questions about these. I actually just made my order when they did the 18 bar special that they just did. Where like you got 2 free bars. But anyway, I think now all of them may have 18 bars. I'm not sure. I will have a code down below. I'm not going to put any codes here on the screen. I don't know. For some reason, when I watch videos and codes are all over the screen, it drives me crazy. But so I'm not going to put any codes on the screen. I will have all codes linked down below. But I do have a code that will save you 10% off a box, or you could save, I think it's $3 off of one of their sample boxes. So this is oh, I was going to tell you. So yesterday or the day before, I think it was Wednesday, they launched their new Build-A-Box. So now you can order, used to be you could either buy this mixed box, which they put the flavors in here for you, which was a mix of their flavors. Or you could just buy all of one flavor. So all strawberry, all mint, all coconut, that kind of thing. Now you can build your own box with the amount of bars that you want in there and the flavors you want. So I will have, again, all the discount codes will be down below in the description box. But yes, these are worth it, you guys. These are absolutely worth it. I can't even tell you which is my favorite because I, so far, love them all. Probably my least favorite, just so you know, is the double chocolate. And that's probably because I'm not always like a huge chocolate fan. So just certain times of the month, I mean, for like a double chocolate fan, like I like these because they have chocolate on the outside, but it has the flavor on the inside. But the double chocolate has chocolate on the inside and chocolate on the outside. So, but I keep these in the freezer. So that's why there's, you probably see the condensation coming off. These are 3 Smart Points. Highly, highly, highly recommend these for a snack. They have 15 grams of protein, 110 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 6 grams of fiber. So you guys know I'm all about that fiber life, and 4 grams of fat. So even if you're like on keto or something, these are a great deal. But yeah, just check them out. Use the code, check them out. They have, I think the strawberry is the newest flavor, if I remember right. But yes, they all are good. I honestly, like, I couldn't tell you which one is my favorite because they are all so good. So check those out. What else? Oh, you guys know my new, if you guys watch, you guys pretty much know as I'm going on, you're like, oh, I know what she's going to mention next because if you guys watch me, you guys know. This Pro Granola, I found this on Amazon. And this one was the espresso cluster. Yes, this is so good. Half of a cup for 2 Smart Points. Now, there are a lot of mixed reviews on this. A lot of people don't like the consistency of it. It does have a weird consistency if you just eat it. It's almost like, reminds you kind of like particle board. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of how it looks too. But I don't mind it. And when I just mix mine in yogurt and it tastes super good with yogurt. I don't know. The consistency doesn't bug me, but I know a lot of people that kind of puts them off. If people are texture people, this may put you off. It's a little bit spendy, kind of. I mean, like on Amazon, this was $15.99. And it has 15 servings though. And a half a cup is only 2 Smart Points. So, I mean, really, it's not like a whole lot. I don't know. For me, I feel like it's worth it to me. Now, I was running low on this, so I went to go order some more, and Amazon was completely sold out of all the flavors. So there's espresso cluster, a peanut butter flavor, which I believe is 3 Smart Points, vanilla cinnamon something, which is also 2, and then I want to say there's like another one. I think it's a vegan one. I don't know what flavor it is, though. So I went to go order the vanilla cinnamon one, and they were sold out. And I was running low on this. I was kind of panicking because this has a lot of fiber in it, by the way, you guys. 14 grams of fiber. That's one thing I'm really watching right now. So it really, this is only 3 grams net carbs, so it's good for people who are on keto. Anyway, so I went to their website to make an order, which you always get free shipping on their orders, which is nice. And they're only $13.99, and it's actually a bigger bag on the, like, I think the bag that I got from them was like 1.25 pounds or something. It was a bigger bag for $13.99, but no joke, you guys. It took like 18 days to get here. Who has time for that? Seriously, so for me, I mean, if I want to order way ahead of time, okay, I'll order from their website again. But yeah, and plus I reached out to them to see if I could get some kind of code or something for you guys, and they're just like, we don't do that. Although I have seen other people who have had codes for them, so they're kind of rude. The email was kind of rude and everything, so I was a little bit put off by them. So I think I'll just order from Amazon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see. My stores are back in stock with Caramel Premier Protein. So I have been loving my protein coffee. If you guys don't know about the protein coffee, you just do like 2 shots of espresso. You can either do it at home, which is what I do, or you could go to Starbucks, order a, what do they call that? Duplio? I don't know, you guys, I just do it at home, so I don't know how you order it. Anyway, Doplio, I think they call it. I'm totally butchering that. So basically, there's 2 shots of espresso over ice in a venti cup. Add one of these. Perfect. So good. But at home, I just do it at home too. But anyway, really good. This one and the cookies and cream have been out of stock in my stores forever. Today I picked up the cookies and cream. I've had the caramel, so this is a favorite once again. I made a oh, before I show you these. So you guys know, oh, I found the lilac. This is the lilac. So you guys know, the only Quest bars I told you guys that I'd ever found that I liked were the chocolate mint and the birthday cake. So my store, as usual, because I only can get these at Walmart, by the way. Only store that I can get them at was out of stock. So I picked up the chocolate chip cookie dough and I thought, I've never been like a huge chocolate chip cookie dough fan of anything. Like the Yasso bars, that's probably my least favorite out of those ones. These, you guys, are good. Like, so good. They're 5 smart points. I like the birthday cake because they're only 4 smart points. I think the chocolate mint's only 4 smart points, but these come up 5. Now, Kim over at Fit and Fabulous Mama, watch her if you don't. Amazing, I'm sure you do. I mean, who doesn't watch her? She has an amazing Instagram account. So if you follow her on YouTube and you don't see a lot of videos come up, it's because she's over on Instagram every single day. So check out her Instagram account. I'll have a link down below. Anyway, she did some kind of thing in the air fryer with these, like cooked them like cookies. Yes. So I'm going to try that out. But these are so good. So definitely a new favorite. But I did pick up birthday cake because that really is my ultimate favorite. But these were super good. Really good. Really surprised. So over the course of the next few favorite videos, you are going to see some stuff from Trader Joe's. Because I made my I make it like a trip like 3 times a year because I have to drive so far. So I made my trip up there. I'll probably be going again in like July. And I have never tried this before, their ground coffee. This is the light roast, which I've been loving light roast lately. This is so good. This is absolutely amazing. Plus, it's so cheap. I think this is like $4.99 for this big, huge thing. This is 14 ounces. Super good. So definitely try out their coffee. Yeah, I use the ground coffee because I don't have you guys know I use a Ninja coffee bar now instead of the Keurig, but really good. So I really liked this. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of Trader Joe's favorites probably over the course. I can tell you that I probably will not repurchase these, but not because they weren't amazing. That's why I won't repurchase them, because they were amazing. And I probably ate I ate this bag already. I just got these on Monday. I mean, there's like 9 servings in here, and I've eaten this over this last 4 days. I wasn't the only one eating them, but still. So good. These are the rolled corn tortilla chips, chili and lime. My son told me these taste just like those Takis, is that what they're called? Which I didn't like the Takis. I tried a couple of them when he had them one day and I didn't like them. These are so good. Like, and it is 4 smart points for 15 of them. I don't have any to show you the size. Sorry, but I don't. But these are really good. So if you see these at your Trader Joe's, pick them up, or don't if you're afraid of eating the whole bag. But you can share them. So I think this is a newer product, but I'm not sure. The last thing that I've tried so far from Trader Joe's is this asparagus risotto. You guys will be seeing a recipe that I did with this in my Trader Joe's meal recipe video, so you'll be seeing that. This was really good. Pretty high smart points though. A cup of it 7 points, but I bulked it up with some things, so it made it kind of definitely worth the meal. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a long video. Okay, let's move along. I cannot forget to tell you about these guys. So I just found this. I was looking up turkey burgers. I was doing a meal plan for a week. Oh, the week that I went to the funeral, I knew I wouldn't have a lot of time to really plan or do any meal prepping. And so I was looking for turkey burgers on the grocery pickup and I couldn't find any, but these popped up. Now they are 5 smart points. I did show these in a video. What I ended up doing with these was putting some avocado on top, and another time when I made them, I actually just cut them up and put them into a salad, which was amazing. So it's from that same brand. You probably have seen the chicken sausages. But you guys, check out these ingredients. I mean, it's just, whenever you see an ingredient list that only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of them are sea salt and spices, that's amazing. That's what I look for. Again, like I said, they're 5 points, but they were a nice, good size, amazing flavor, so I think they're worth the smart points. So that does it for the food. What are we on to next? Okay, finally, shows. I have not really been watching many shows because, again, I've been listening to podcasts and just trying to catch up on my friends' YouTube videos and whatnot. But I did find myself on Netflix looking at some of the Marie Kondo episodes, which is really... I was, you know, kind of teetering on, do I want to do this decluttering? Do I want to do kind of the KonMari decluttering? And as soon as I kind of told you guys I thought I was going to do it, and then I watched the shows. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes, and you guys, you just go watch it. It is so, that woman is adorable. Like, she is so cute. But I loved it. And so I did it this last week, and I did it in 2 days. Look, I think he's dreaming back there. You guys see his leg? Sometimes he'll like, let's see if he starts making any noises. Okay, anyway, he's so cute. Yes, I'm obsessed with my dog. Anyway, so I did do it. You guys will see those videos. I'm not even kidding you guys. I had 144 clips. So I'm going to do 2 videos. There's going to be a part 1 and part 2. So those will be up probably not this next week, but the week after. So I did record my whole process, so you guys will see that. But definitely check out that Marie Kondo. I think it's called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, I believe. But yeah, I'll have the name down below. Okay, podcasts. You guys know I'm obsessed with podcasts, and I love all your ideas. So give me your favorite podcast down below. Tell me all of your favorites down there, okay? I want to know, because, and I especially like true crime, and I probably have, I'm only mentioning my newest favorites, so do check out. I think in my last, at least I know for sure my last favorites video, I did talk about a bunch of podcasts as well. So if I don't mention them in this one, go check out that one too, so you can get some other ideas. These 5 are just ones that I've kind of recently discovered in the last couple of months. Crime Junkies. I know you guys were like, oh, that's old news. Yeah, I just discovered that one. I binged, I was gonna say binge watched. No, I'm not watching. Binge listened to all of their episodes. And I'm not even kidding, guys. I almost went to their Patreon and subscribed, because it's like $5 a month to do their Patreon, and they have like an extra like 30 episodes over there. I may still do it. I think you can cancel. Like, I don't think you have to stay on there to get, I think you can like listen to however many you can in the month and then just cancel it maybe. I'm not sure how Patreon works, but anyway, I love the storytelling on there. It's Ashley and Britt, and so good. So you guys check out Crime Junkies if you have not already. Dr. Death. This podcast terrified me. It terrified me because it's real, and it's not like just a ghost story. Like, that could be, oh, it may not be real. This is real. It's about a doctor, a real doctor, a neurologist, who out of like, I believe it was like 38 surgeries, 33 of the 38, 33 people have some kind of permanent damage. Now, 2 people died. I don't even know how many are in wheelchairs. One's a quadriplegic, which was his best friend, by the way. And or some of them just have random like they'll be just walking along, and all of a sudden like they're numb, their arms go numb. Some of them can't even feel anymore. Like when they touch things, they can't feel it. Terrible. But just the part that's scary is how long he was able to do this before somebody finally reported him. And here is kind of a little like spoiler. It was reported by another doctor. It wasn't even reported by the people it should have been reported by, which are the hospitals and other people he worked with. It was like staff, you know, it was sad. Anyway, it's very scary. It really makes you think, especially if you're having some major surgery, what these doctors can get away with. And I think maybe because neurologists, I didn't realize this, are such a very small portion of the doctors in our country, and they are so needed, which is so sad that somebody like this could go along and give these doctors who are amazing, and who, you know, doctors are amazing. I have nothing but the utmost respect for them, for what they go through in their training, and the fact that they are doing something that is making a difference in our lives and with our family members and whatnot. But then when you have this one that gets through the system, and it was terrifying, but the storytelling was very good. It's very interesting. It was very in-depth in everything, so definitely check that one out if you really like true crime stories, but it's more diving into, you know, everything that happened. So it's very good. Obsession is kind of a different one. I actually stumbled across this. I think there was an ad for this in one of the other podcasts I was listening to. It's interesting. So I haven't listened to all the episodes, because they did kind of like, the last couple episodes were kind of like eh, but it really got me into like the beginning of it, and I'll go back and listen to the other ones. But basically it talks about how people, unrequited love, basically. So it's like people who get obsessed with other people, and it could be even people like they don't even know, or people they see one time, and there is an actual disorder for these people. And it's not because they're actually in love with them, they just think they are. And it's interesting. It's just very interesting. It's about the science behind it, the chemistry behind it, and I really enjoy those kind of things, like chemistry and science behind different things and what makes people think. So it's definitely talks about that. So it's not really a story. There's a story within it, but it's more talking. They talk to doctors and talk to authors, and they talk to the real people who've actually been stalked, or people who actually are stalking other people at this moment. Like, they talk to those people. So they talk about their feelings and what they thought about and what they were thinking when they were doing this stuff. It's very interesting. But again, it's more about the science behind this kind of stuff. It's called Obsession. I will have all the stuff listed down below. Believed is a very disturbing one, so I'm just going to tell you right now, like any trigger content, it's about sexual assault. So it's about Larry Nassar. That was the he was that personal trainer and the personal like doctor to like the gymnastics, the Olympic gymnastics team. Plus he worked at I think it was Michigan State Hospital or something. But anyway, very famous case. I'm sure you guys have all heard about it. But he was sexually abusing not only his gymnasts, but also just all of his patients, basically. There was like, I think they suspect like over 200. But anyway, it's about the whole like story from beginning to end, and he was just convicted recently. So they actually talked to the little girls that are now women and that went through all this, and just how he got to earn their trust. And he actually used an actual medical procedure to abuse these girls, and he justified it and got away with it for many, many years. He was first reported back in the 90s, and he was just convicted in like 2017 or something. So it's very sad and scary. Again, another doctor that kind of got away with something. But it does, if you are triggered at all by any kind of sexual assault type stuff or that kind of thing, then you may not want to watch it. I just want to give you guys a warning on that. And then the last one is Dirty John. This is really, that's what I actually, the long drive up to my grandmother's funeral, we had like an 8-hour drive. And so actually it was like 9-hour drive, but it was like 4.5 hours there, 4.5 hours back. And so me and my son listened to the entire podcast. It's like 9 episodes, I think. Anyway, it's a good story. It's true. It's about a woman who met this guy who said he was a doctor, and it's just really interesting. I don't want to give away anything because it is a very interesting podcast, and I just don't want to spoil anything, but definitely check it out. It's called Dirty John. It's really good, and it's a really exciting story. But it's real. I guess I say story, but it's like a case. I guess it's kind of true crime, but nobody got murdered or anything. But I don't think. Somebody did get hurt, though. So, okay. The last thing. Those are all the podcasts. Again, let me know your favorite podcast down below. YouTube channels. So I just want to talk about a few YouTube channels. 2 of them are brand new to me. One of them I knew about, but just did not give her the credit that she should have gotten. She was always very, very, very supportive of my channel. I just kind of got away with watching really in YouTube channels for a long time. It's really hard when you are a YouTuber and trying to find time to devote to watching YouTube videos anymore. I think a lot of you who are YouTubers will definitely relate to that. But she is just so supportive of me all the time, and her channel she just has great content on there. And so I went back and watched a bunch of her videos, and I just love her. So that her channel was named something different before, but now she just has her name, and it's Barrett Pastor. And on Instagram, I believe her Instagram name is Living Life on Track. So I will have her YouTube channel and her Instagram down below, so you can follow both of those. The other 2, actually, I discovered on Instagram. Is how I found them. This is so weird because I was just about to mention her name, and she just sent a message through Instagram. We're both, looks like, I think we're both going to be in the same collab or something, and her name popped up. So weird. Anyway, her channel, I think, is also under her name, and it's Angelica Dawn. And I actually must have been following her on Instagram, or maybe because of this collab or something is how I found her. I'm not sure. But I found her Instagram channel and I saw she had a YouTube channel, and she was always posting these great pictures of like meal prep and stuff she did. And you guys know I love meal prep. And so I went over to her YouTube channel and she has some great videos, but she definitely doesn't have as many subscribers as she should. So definitely check her out. Same with Barrett. I think Barrett just has just over 3,000 or just under 3,000. And I'm not telling you go over and subscribe. I'm just telling you guys, go over, check out their content, see if it's, you know, if they're Weight Watchers. All of these are Weight Watchers. So, you know, check them out if you're looking for other Weight Watcher YouTubers. I love supporting my local community, and especially the ones that I enjoy watching and have always been supportive of me. That's how Barrett has been. These other two, I don't even know if they know about me. But like Angelica, I've never actually talked to her, so I don't even know if she's even aware of me. But I wanted to kind of promote these channels and let you guys know that I enjoy their content. Angelica does a wonderful meal prep videos, so you guys will love her videos of her meal prep, so go check out some of those. The third one, the channel, again, I found on Instagram, and so I must have just found her. I follow a lot of hashtags on Instagram. I don't know if you guys are aware you can do that. So like you can follow people, but you can also follow hashtags. So if you go, so I follow like WW Meal Prep hashtag, and that'll show me things in my feed that are from that hashtag, but then you can go into that picture and you can see whose channel it is. So if you ever want to know more about that kind of stuff, let me know. I'm still really kind of learning about those kind of things, but yeah, so check out the hashtags on there, and you can follow certain hashtags, and then you don't have to follow a bunch of people. So anyway, I saw she had a bunch of meal prep stuff, and again, I'm always love to look at meal prep and see what people do. And her name is Chastity, and her YouTube channel, and I believe also her Instagram, is called Living Set Apart. And I don't know what the meaning is behind her name. Everybody usually has a meaning behind their name. So I went over to her YouTube channel, and she just has a couple hundred YouTube subscribers. And again, I don't really know her personally. I did kind of reach out to her and just tell her that I really love her content, and I love her Instagram, and I love her meal prep videos. And so I think she knows who I am now. But anyway, I just want to give you guys some other choices to watch and let you know these are some people that I'm enjoying. I will have all their channels linked down below, as well as their Instagram names. So go check those out. Okay, I think we did it, and it's probably like a 45-minute long video. I am sorry. I don't know how people do favorite videos in like less than 20 minutes. You guys know I try to keep all my videos less than 20 minutes, but these ones, I don't know how you do it. Probably because I spent like the first 15 talking about dip nail powder, but you guys, it's amazing. Check it out. So I will have any discount codes, any links to any of these products. I will have links to my Amazon store. I'll just have a list of all these products down below, so check out the description box. So thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!